Well, it's been a while since I was this angry at a product, so let's set some background. Dragon's Dogma is one of the most flawed open-world action RPGs. I would play it 100 times over this. Outward is a game that's got plenty of problems like too much time spent walking. I have played that well over 2,000 hours, which will not happen with this game. Elden Ring's worst feature is by far the open world at times, with mainly the lake area and the mountaintops. That is 50 times better than this game. You're more than welcome to enjoy a janky game if its core gameplay is solid, and if you're not pulled away from gameplay every 2 seconds. But when it comes to Crimson Desert, you are not allowed to like this game. As a non-bot human being, you must hate this slop. If you don't, I personally don't think you should be allowed to play video games. Every single feature falls flat, including a terrible camera, which is like the most basic thing you could work on. It's not jank, it's not flawed but great. This is an awful game with zero value. I would describe it as a simulator, because there are so many chores you get no time to enjoy this piece of trash gameplay. All that to say, you don't really get an opinion on this one. This is a failed product without any bias present. But as per usual, the shills are telling you to buy it. Who am I to argue against this? Nobody, but I'm telling you anyway. This is why Crimson Desert fails at everything. Crimson Desert is easily one of the worst games I've ever played, with clunky controls that make zero sense, a very stiff kind of movement that feels terrible, and a gigantic open world that's completely empty. Where have I heard that one before? Please just end the open world bullcrap at this point. A linear or level-based action game is so much better. We need to go back to stuff like Force Unleashed with Starkiller or the original God of War games. I don't want to walk around grass fields to maybe find real content. It's an embarrassment at this point. What was clearly meant to be an MMO feels exactly like an MMO, but one that wastes your time every step of the way. So I guess just an MMO, to be honest. I originally wanted to play for 100 hours or just beat the main story for a detailed review, but I genuinely hate this game and cannot force myself to play any longer. Every design aspect is flawed to the very bone. The player's time is wasted even when just crafting food with stupid 2-second cutscenes. These are directly stolen from games like Dragon's Dogma 2, which they were a terrible addition in that as well. How about a quest that has you capture a guy, then ride on horseback over 1,000 meters because you can't fast travel with him? Entirely busy work. I completed 7 of these similar side quests that gave no reward whatsoever. Not 1 second of this game is fun either. The combat is extremely button mashy and focused entirely on parries or just eating infinite food to heal you through damage. The entire game is ripped from other games like Tears of the Kingdom, from the stamina system, climbing, horseback riding, gliding, sky islands. Hey bro, you can copy my homework, but just make sure you change it up a bit. Except they forgot to change anything. It's literally got the weather system from Tears of the Kingdom and everything. Like, it's insane to have this low level of creativity. They just copy-pasted everything they could find in the gaming sphere. Quests consist of 10 minutes full of cutscene dialogue, which instantly puts you off. I would personally like to play the game, not watch it. Or there are horseback riding sequences that have you hold down one button to follow someone. Riveting content for sure. The unique creature races of this world are just different looking humans. There's goblins and giant looking humanoids, but they behave exactly like humans. There's even a white goblin. Not like a white goblin per se, but a Caucasian goblin. This is confusing, not how goblins work, and ruins my immersion entirely. What about the story, you ask? How's that, maybe? What story? There is no story. You and all of your friends we don't care about die. Oh, but surprise! You all survive through the power of plot and magic. The cubes and magic force powers you have, they don't even try to explain these. You are the balancing force against a dark evil in the world. Shut up! That's literally nothing. Every story ever does that. These guys bad, you good, go fight them. There are so many characters you won't care about a single one of them. Even your main dude just goes around helping out poor farmers who lost a little lamb. What a crazy quest, dude. The lamb got lost, you gotta go find it. My idea of fun is definitely not helping out a whiny crybaby child. You are never given the freedom to explore this world, because if you try, you end up fighting bosses that are way above your power level. Oh, and these are no Souls bosses. You can't just learn their moves well enough to win. No, the second main boss boss, or third maybe if you count the brain-dead night battle, he has 3 phases that last an eternity and can stunlock you to death in all 3 phases. Want to do the shrine puzzles that again are blatant copies to upgrade? Nope, those are locked until later in the main quest, so you literally can't go explore. You must craft 200 food supply and tank through the terrible boss fights. You must waste time talking to everyone in town just to upgrade equipment. Here's where the idiots come in to proclaim skill issue 50 times, even though it's entirely based on your gear and how many crappy side quests you do. Skill never comes into play for even a second, because action games aren't about skill, they're about a power fantasy to enjoy bashing down monsters. Dragon's Dogma is the easiest game in the world if you know what you're doing. You could use a rusted bow to freeze everything in place, or consume 4 parriettes to boost strength, pull out 100 bomb arrows, now literally pelt death itself into a pit and gain 1,000,000 XP. Fun, easy, pure entertainment. But no, you're forced to waste time talking to everybody in town just to upgrade equipment. This game, at its core, has potential, but it does not respect the player's time. How could you possibly look past the waste of time every step in this game is? The hours you will spend spawning in your horse using multiple inputs, by the way, just for him to spawn several feet behind you instead of, I don't know, in front of you where you want to go. Nope, walk backwards, you consumer idiot. Also, enjoy ruining your controller's A button as you spam it 1,000 times to run or get your horse to run. What a horrific mechanic. Just press A 1 time and get the dumb horse to full speed. Did any of these devs ever play a video game before? The whole world is bland, with everything looking white or green. The skill tree and abilities are atrocious, with the most basic looking skills like sword now gets put on fire, or now you can slam the ground. No super spinny helm splitter, no summon a giant tornado, no magic cannon you can send out 1,000 balls of death with. Screw this game, man. It's just bland and doesn't even try. How does Dragon's Dogma, a game well over a decade old at this point, how does that game have better movement, skills, story, combat, NPCs, performance, everything? Modern gaming is a joke. You can't even use anything cool in Crimson Desert because you need as much of your skill points for stamina and health just to play the dumb game. This feels really bad to play as well. It crashes constantly if it boots up wrong or you skip too much of the terrible dialogue. Which you absolutely cannot skip dialogue, by the way. That is a lie. You can fast forward, but that is not the same as skipping. Big difference there that they clearly didn't want you to notice. Every NPC waves their hands around like a psycho autist when they talk, and that excludes the fact that I heard AIs used in this, so that's great. Why are we defending this game? Crimson Desert has no gameplay. Zero! You talk to 30 people and then instantly kill 3 dudes. Talk to 30 more people and instantly win the next fight as well. Who cares if it gets better later on? The bad gameplay's in front of me right now. Yeah, so it's brain dead easy until you hit a random brick wall requiring hours of farming materials for you to upgrade equipment. Oh, and I hope you want to play this while staring at a map online. The fast travel points need to be unlocked and are invisible. You will never see these without standing around deflecting light everywhere you go. Not that they help, because you're just going to randomly be placed around the map and you still need to walk all over the empty landscape even after traveling. This map is ginormous. It cannot possibly, and quite frankly doesn't have any worthwhile content in it. The biggest defense is, oh, well dude, you're way early on, man. It gets good like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 hours in. At what point is blatant torture just to find the good content worth it? Also, that's a complete lie, because the gameplay entirely relies on you crafting food, buying arrows, upgrading armor after mining, or chopping down trees. Garbage content to waste your time, dude. This game tried to do way too much to appeal to everybody. As a result, it succeeds at nothing and appeals to no one who has any standards whatsoever. I would go as far as to call this a walking simulator with distractions. The idiots I'm reading online just can't stop themselves either. They say it's fun, it's totally great. Dude, gaming standards are just gone. Poof! Vanished! Guys, listen to me. You cannot even pick up an item without grabbing 3 things you don't want because it will never hover over the right object. You can't even talk to an NPC without the game forcefully telling you this is a quest. You must engage by holding LB and then tapping X, because multiple inputs are needed to press talk. This is amateur hour. Crimson Desert might as well be fully automated, until it's not and you forget the 20+ actions that one button can do. Go back to the drawing board, dude, because this is the worst piece of trash I've ever played. And I played Bleak Faith, which was the worst game I'd ever played before this. It's a mess with no substance, and players are eating it up. What a joke, man. What a joke. What are you gonna say? At the end of the day, I didn't finish the game. I only got to the second or third boss before making this review/rant. I just can't afford to waste my valuable time anymore. Where did levels go? Where did level design go? Where did missions go, dude? I don't want to walk around an empty landscape and be like, oh, I hope I find the content, or watch a video online to find the content. When did gameplay become the background? Your world building is garbage. It's terrible and not new or innovative in any way. Why then should it be forced down my throat over the gameplay? Gameplay is the only thing that matters. Nothing else does. If anything gets in the way of it, it should be removed immediately. And the first 10 hours of Crimson Desert has none whatsoever. Hey, listen, dude, I'm the bottom of the barrel YouTuber, and this video isn't even what I want to make. But people have to be told to avoid Crimson Desert. Everybody else is shilling this, even trusted RPG YouTubers, like it's rough but brilliant. It's not. It's really not. Dragon's Dogma, Elden Ring, Outward, how about Breath of the Wild that this is literally a copy and paste job of? There are games with endless content out there that control well, that have heart and soul put into them, that prioritize gameplay over stupid NPCs we couldn't think twice about. If you think I just hate RPG mechanics, no, I freaking love Divinity Original Sin 2. That world is incredible with rich storylines for each character and NPCs who all have unique interactions. Each individual main character has their own unique side quests that culminate in a full story on their own. You're not gonna get me, dude. This is just targeted toward the lowest tier normie who will play anything new. This game is $70. That is a crime, man. $70 for a half-baked product that provides nothing of value. These devs threw anything and everything they could into the pot and called it a day. And no, you can't just let people enjoy this if they want to. Just let people keep eating out of the trash. It's what they want. Why would you stop anyone from being happy, even if it's disgusting, degenerate behavior? Gaming needs standards, or the best and most entertaining hobby will turn into Disney. Soulless marketing for the sake of money. Do not let anybody tell you this is good, and actively complain when people lie about it. Crimson Desert is no RPG, it's no action game, and it's definitely not a good open world. It's a giant world designed specifically to make you think it's really big and filled with content. Bigger does not always mean better. In fact, most often it means worse. You can beat Dark Souls in under 10 hours if you know what you're doing. That's 10 hours of pure entertainment with 100% gameplay. Limited cutscenes, very little dialogue, just you with a big sword killing things that look cool, not just a bunch of humanoids. For those who disagree with me, just know you're wrong, and also you didn't watch this far in the vid, so who cares? Dislike the video and go enjoy waiting for the next 50 patches that's gonna fix the game over time. Like that's ever worked. None of you will ever finish this game. So how can it be that good? And for the 0.1% who do, you're definitely not replaying it. There is not a single game that I've really enjoyed that I haven't replayed. I always play at least 2 playthroughs if the game is good. Trust me, no one could possibly stomach 2 runs through this disaster. Anyway, there's my review of Crimson Desert. I was kind of excited to play a new open world game and make a 100% video or just experience the journey. The sheer rage I immediately felt after learning I was duped into buying trash once again. First, Monster Hunter Wilds, now this. Probably the last new release I ever buy. It's back to the old backlog for me, I guess. Heck, I never did play through the Fallout series, so might give that a shot. I mean, I have all the Souls games already, and they can at least give me a year or 2 of content. Oh well, if I saved you 70 bucks, then you owe me a like or a sub down below at the very least. If not, I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.